5 incompletions, 4 touchdowns. That's pretty good. 2 picks. 6 career 4-touchdown game. Bills, first win against the Saints since 1998. Saints now have a 4-game losing streak. That's their first 4-gamer since 2015. Yikes. Tre'Davious White did leave the game in the second quarter with a knee injury, did not return. That's an LSU kid from Shreveport who plays for the Bills, back in his home state, and got injured early on. You could see tears down his face. It did not look good. Bills cover the number. They went on the money line. They were given 7, no problem. We could have given a whole lot more than that. And the total was 45, and when one team scores 6, it's hard to be over, so the game was under. Okay, is this Buffalo's sort of deep breath and now we're on our way back? They had lost 2 of their last 3, including losing to Jacksonville. In fact, the only game they won of their last 3 was the Jets. Basically, through the human bye week. Then 31-6. There we go. 4 touchdowns, as many as he had in the 3 weeks previous. Josh Allen getting it done. All right, with Emery Hunt, I'm Eric Casillas. Emery's the playbook, our guy. You feel like the Bills are back. Like, they haven't played well, at least not consistently well over the last month. Does that look like a team that's back to you? It sort of took some time to get going in this one.
The good thing about playing bad football teams is they allow you to get right. They're your get-right game. Allow your defense to get better. You saw Tony Jones have 16 carries for 27 yards. That's not including sack yardage. That's him not being effective. On offense, they allow you to fight through adversity. Josh Allen threw those 2 interceptions. Then we started to see him get it rolling in the second half, 4 touchdowns. So that's the thing that you want to see from these guys, fight through that early adversity within the game. And I like the fact that they were able to do that, keep their foot on the throat of the New Orleans Saints, and come away with the win. So in that sense, to answer your question, EK, yes, I do feel as though the Bills are essentially back in this race and someone that you have to take seriously in the AFC.
Tre'Davious White does get hurt. If that becomes a serious or long-term injury, and we are just asking a speculative question because we don't have any information yet, what would that mean for this team?
That's a huge blow because that's their number 1 corner. That's someone that you want to lock down their other team's number 1 receiver, and that puts a lot of pressure on someone like Dane Jackson, who's a second-year player out of Pitt, that they're going to ask to come in and step in and play significant minutes. So what teams are going to try to do now is essentially spread out that Bills secondary, try to work that nickel back, and allow those guys to try to have some type of coverage to try to successfully take away someone's wide receiver. But without your number 1 corner, it's going to be tough when you don't have that stud out there on the perimeter. So, yes, they're going to rely on Dane Jackson. They're going to get creative with those safeties that can also match up in the slot. But right now, if they don't have him for a significant period of time, that's a huge blow to that defense.
All right, meanwhile, you have the Saints. It is hard to believe that 7 teams are going to make the playoffs in the NFC, and currently, this late in the year, there are only 5 teams in the conference that are over 500, right? So you're going to have, at best, a mediocre and maybe a losing football team make the playoffs, and there's going to be more than one. Do the Saints look like a playoff team? I don't mean today because they play badly, and of course they're on a losing streak, but is this the type of team that can sort of shake it off, clear their throat, take a deep breath, adjust their tie, and get back to business and find their way to the playoffs?
Not at all, in my opinion. This is a team that doesn't have a stud at quarterback. When you had Jameis Winston, you had someone that could help stabilize the offense, work touchdown to check down the passing game. You had the ability to lean on that run game. Now without Alvin Kamara, without a healthy Mark Ingram, you're struggling right now. And Trevor Siemian is not the type of quarterback that can help you overcome a lack of star power. He's more of a bus driver, and he's not a good one at that because we just saw that play out tonight against the Buffalo Bills. If they don't have any way to threaten a teams are just going to load up the box, stop the run, and take that and try to make Trevor Siemian beat them throwing the football, and that's something that he can't do.
All right, look, I know Taysom Hill is sort of the Swiss Army knife, and I know that he gets paid differently depending upon how and where he plays. Is Sean Payton, when he wakes up in the morning, going to go down to ownership or the GM or whoever he needs to go to and go, look, I don't care what it costs. I don't care about his contract. He's got to play quarterback for us. Is that the answer?
It has to be, because right now, Trevor Siemian is not the answer, EK. And when you talk about someone like Taysom Hill, at least he gives you a run threat back there. He makes it an 11-on-11 game. Without that threat, especially without your running backs in the backfield healthy, that Saints offense is pedestrian at best. Like I said earlier, you had Tony Jones, 16 carries for 27 yards.
All right, now let me play the ownership card, and I go, wait. You're getting 41 back. When you get Alvin Kamara back, it'll be fine. Because I've saw Trevor Siemian play with Kamara, and Trevor Siemian looked fine. He looked like a very solid NFL backup, right? I mean, I'm not telling you he's the 15th best quarterback in the world. I'm telling you he's a solid backup, and that's why he's on the team. And when he has 41, especially when you can dump the ball to him, I've seen 41 be electric. Alvin Kamara's coming back, and we're going to be fine. Your response is what?
Get Ian Book ready to play. Ian Book, the rookie quarterback out of Notre Dame, you want to get him ready to play. That's someone that gives you a little bit of that Taysom Hill element because he can scramble, he can create. And if the season is going to hinge on Trevor Siemian trying to make plays in the passing game, that's a bad season. They already lost some tiebreakers to the Philadelphia Eagles. They got blown out last weekend. They're going to lose to Carolina, I believe. Carolina is a better football team than New Orleans Saints are right now. They lost to them once already.
Yep, week 2.
And so now you can't have that situation. If this is a lost season, so to speak, try to go young. That way.
So you're ready to punt this season if you're the Saints.
I'm ready to punt on Trevor Siemian playing quarterback.
Even if he gets 41 back.
Even if he gets 41 back.
You'd rather go Ian Book than Taysom Hill.
Because you don't want Taysom Hill to play quarterback for a full 16-game season. We saw what that looked like last year.
Did we, though? I got to try 7. Mm-hmm. I got to try Taysom Hill. I got to see what it can be, at least for a little while. But I'm with you. I don't think the answer is Trevor Siemian, even when they get Alvin Kamara back, which is hopefully sooner rather than later, if, in fact, you're a Saints fan. Now, Bills, they're now tied with New England atop the division, 7-4. They haven't played the Patriots yet. They have 2 coming up against the Patriots. Who would you favor to win that division right now? Patriots are playing their best football of the year. Bills have been up and down over the last month.
I will go Buffalo because I trust Josh Allen. I feel like Allen is someone right now. Mac Jones.
Best player theory, right? I got the best player.
Yeah, you got the best player. Defense. Even with I know I just made the case for Hill not being out there, Tre'Davious White, not being out there. But when you have someone like Josh Allen, that's the better player at that position. I feel like Mac Jones, quite honestly, is getting a little bit overhyped in the media, tossing nothing but check down passes. Bills are a great open field tackling team. They shut that down. Now you force Mac Jones to go deeper down the field. I don't think he's there yet. He hasn't proved that.
We'll see if Tre'Davious White will be there when they play. But it's going to be fascinating and interesting. You got Belichick, you got Mac Jones, you got Josh Allen. You don't know what you have on the Bills' defense. You have inconsistent play in the defense. You now have a tight end in Dawson Knox who seems to catch a touchdown every week. As a matter of fact, the only 2 tight ends with 7 touchdown catches, they're both in that division. It's Hunter Henry, it's Dawson Knox. It's not Travis Kelce, it's not Darren Waller, it's not George Kittle. It's those 2 guys, and Stephon Diggs coming on as well. Should be a lot of fun in that division and in the AFC. Speaking of the AFC playoff picture, you look at it. Look, the Titans right now are 8-3. But you know, and I know, at places you don't like to talk to deep down at parties, when you're looking at the ceiling at night, you don't go, man, I'm really comfortable with the Titans. And you have the Ravens, who have been as lucky as good this year. They've been good, and they've been very lucky. I mean, Detroit had them dead to rights. Right? Indy had them dead to rights. And they have pulled some out, not only because they're good, but because the other teams have also faltered. Bills right now would be in the 3rd seed. Chiefs, watch out. Shh. Here come the Chiefs. But as we point out with the Chiefs, their last 4 home games, they haven't scored 20 points in any of them. Like, the Chiefs' offense is not right. Don't go selling that rumor that the Chiefs' offense is back. It's not. You know, last time out against Dallas, that was the first time at home they scored more than 20 points in their last 4 home games. We shall see about Kansas City. And you see the teams right now. You know you don't want to see the Colts in the playoffs. You don't want to see the Colts in the playoffs. You don't want to see Jonathan Taylor and Cole Weather and have to bang up against him 25, 26 times. Good luck with all that. It's going to be a lot of fun in the AFC.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.